Every season we have more than 200 titles released, but 90% of them go unnoticed. So I'll pick an unpopular anime, give it 3 episodes and see if it's worth watching. And our first anime is... Unlike most titles that are based on manga or light novel, Farmagia is based on a video game. I didn't play it because it cost 65 Canadian dollars and has an all-time peak of 128 people. At least it didn't cost $400 million. Farmagia is a fantasy world where people and monsters live and work together. This reminds me of a popular Japanese video game, Palworld. Anime quickly introduces us to our main characters, Archie, Chika, Lei, and our main protagonist Tan. If you think these characters look kinda familiar, it's because of this guy, Hiramashima. He is the author of Rave Master, Fairy Tail, and Eden Zero. Farmagia characters are a copy of Eden Zero characters, which are a copy of Fairy Tail characters, which are a copy of Brave Master characters. Mashima is just palette swapping like it's an MMORPG. Anyway, we meet Anzar, local exposition man. He explains that the king of this world is called Magus, and he has 6 generals under his command, called Duration Says. Anzar himself is under General Glaz's training. If the Magus dies, one of the generals takes his place. All of this will be relevant later. Then we meet Nares, local general from Duration Says, who is really into Shibari, and Old Dan, who is kinda blind. You will see him approaching wrong characters in every episode. This is one of the problems. Farmagia loves repeating jokes. They don't get any funnier or more absurd, it's just the same joke in every single episode. A good example of repeating jokes is the movie A Night at the Roxbury, where the character asks the question to people who are further and further away from him. First time the guy stands right next to him.
Hey, who grabbed my ass? Did you grab my ass?
Then he asks the guy who stands across the room.
Dewey, did you just grab my ass?
Sir, from where I'm standing, that's a physical impossibility.
And finally the guy who isn't even in the building.
Mr. Sadir, Dewey just called from Pismo Beach. He says there's no way he could have grabbed your ass.
What is he up to now?
But at least we got fan service in a 14+ show just 12 minutes into the first episode. No time for boobs, the Magus is dead, thanks to Anzar who explained to us what happens when the Magus dies. We know that one of the Oration Says will take his place. It will be General Glaza. He is a gamer and he wants to create a tier list of all people and monsters. Everybody tier B or lower will be killed. And he does it right away as he promised in his campaign, which actually makes him a good politician who keeps his promises. And finally we can see some action, and well, it's better than whatever the fuck this is. Tan jumps into fight but gets his ass kicked by a regular mob. Situation is already terrible, but now Evil Commander shows up and casts his ultimate, which means he's already level 6. Tan runs to the field to save the flowers he cared for. I didn't mention before, but in Farmagia, monsters are born from flowers, which leads to this very emotional moment. Yeah, I didn't mention it, but Tan is really afraid of dogs, which is kinda ironic that he got this kind of monster. But our characters got no time to be scared, so Lei and Tan are trying to fight the evil commander, but unfortunately they do absolutely zero damage to him. But then Lei and Tan started working together and they managed to hurt him. But it was just a tutorial, and now boss switches to his second stage, and our characters are too weak to do anything to him. This could have been the end of the story, but Nares shows up and saves everybody. Evil Commander introduces himself, his name is Xanos, and then he just leaves. I don't understand why Nares didn't kill him right there, or if he's stronger than Nares, why he didn't do anything and just left. After the fight is over, Nares immediately declares the war against New Magus. Farmagia is based on a video game, so the plan is really simple. There are 5 continents and 5 generals to be defeated. Our team also receives a buff in form of off-brand Pokeball that allows them to summon their monsters into battle. And of course Tan got scared by his dogs again. Our team gets eaten by the whale that gets them to the island, where first of all they need to kill some monsters to grind the level. And then we get some more CGI action. CGI in Farmagia isn't the best, but monsters in anime look exactly like monsters in the game, so I guess it was a stylistic choice. Our characters meet their long lost friend Imiro, who was appearing in the flashbacks in the first and second episodes of the anime, where he was trying to save Chika, but since they are on opposite sides of a conflict, they have to fight now. Looks like company has budget problems, so this fight is animated in PowerPoint, and two Imiro's helpers get their ass kicked off screen. Ten tries to change Imiro's mind by using the oldest trick in the book known as Sasuke Return to the Village, but unfortunately it doesn't work. Imiro uses Unite technique to combine his three small dragons into one big dragon, and our characters are again too weak to do anything against that. I hate that in Farmagia villains just leave when they're clearly more powerful than our protagonists. Imiro returns to Manus to explain what happened, and Manus is clearly a bad guy. I mean, he's making potions, that's 100% red flag.
君たちのことを責めたりはしませんよ。いつも私のために尽力してくれているのは分かっています。侵入者の捜索は続けさせています。しばらく待機していてください。
We see one more flashback where Manus kills the monster and saves Imiro, and then he takes care of him. Manus also tells Imiro about his vision of the world.
私はね、優れた者たちが弱く力なき者たちを助ける秩序正しき世界を作り上げたいのですよ。
But this is all bullshit, even people with room temperature IQ can guess that Manus is up to no good. While our characters are arguing about is Imiro a friend or an enemy, Xanas appears again, and he does absolutely nothing. He gets scared of a monster that Ten one-shots. I don't understand, if Xanas is stronger than Ten and Ten is stronger than the random monster, why is Xanas afraid of a random monster? Ten and his friends get the visions of Manus doing some kind of experiment on one of Imiro's helpers. Poor guy didn't survive, and then Manus tells Imiro that it's actually Ten who killed him, which obviously makes Imiro super angry, and now he wants to kill Ten. So what I can say after watching 3 episodes, Farmagia isn't the worst anime, but there is nothing interesting in it. It was clearly made just to promote a video game. If you are a huge Fairy Tail fan or Eden Zero fan, you can give it a shot, but for everybody else, I would just skip it. Thanks for watching.